What's up guys, it's your boy Scar, super average producer. Today's video we're gonna focus on templates for making beats and for mixing. And in my opinion, why if you're not using them, you're really wasting your time. I'm curious, let me know in the comments if any of you guys are using templates for your beats right now, or if you make everything from scratch. Also, just want to take the time to say thanks for all the support. Really wasn't expecting to get as much support as I have been early on, specifically a lot of you guys reaching out on social media and email asking if more products are going to be available that I'm using in my videos, like drum kits, melodies, stuff like that. So I definitely plan to make a lot more of it available in the future. And for starters, today, this video that I'm doing on a template, I'm going to make it available on my website for any of you guys that don't want to go through the hassle of making a template. You're going to be able to buy this right off my site. First of all, with templates, when you save them, you need to save them a little bit differently. And I'm going to show you this first of all, because I went through the whole process of making templates and then overwrote the template with like a beat file and screwed myself out of a lot of work. So basically, you can see up here in the top left hand corner, I've already saved this as FL 2019 template Scar. Okay, so for starters, you would save it like any other project. Once you actually have that file though, you need to move it. Really, all I'm gonna do is open up my Finder, open up the equivalent on Windows, and go and find where you're actually saving your files at. I got this FL 2019 template Scar. So I'm gonna move this just to my desktop for a placeholder. I'm gonna go to my documents. I believe this will be in your program files if you're on PC. I'm gonna go under image line, and you can see within FL Studio, there's templates. So this is where I put my other templates. I have another beat template. I have a template I strictly use for melody. So I'm gonna put this template in here now. Okay, so I reopened a blank FL Studio. Now if I go new from template, you can see this FL template I just moved there. So it's gonna load everything, but here's the important part that wouldn't happen if you didn't move the file. When I click save, it's gonna let us save this as a new beat, and the template is just now registered as like a blank slate for you. So you're not gonna oversave the template. You'll be able to start with this template every time. Okay, so I know that this might come with some resistance because I get a lot of people, and I used to be of a similar mindset of people that say, if you use a template, you're locking yourself in the box, you're gonna make the same thing every time, etc. I'm talking about using templates for things that just make your life easier and more efficient. I'm not talking about making a beat template to where you have the same 2 snare drums and the same Cake and 808 loaded for everything. I'm talking more about setting your mixer up so that any effects like an EQ or a reverb or anything like that you're going to use in every single beat or project that you make, it's already set, ready to go. It's going to save you time. At the end of a day, at the end of a week, it's going to add up to a lot of time. Overall, I think it's just really an efficient thing to do if you're working smart. So I'll run you through how I make my template. And like I said, this will be available to buy on my site, or you guys can go ahead and make the exact same thing if you want to. So first of all, when I start a template, if I make a beat from an empty slate, the first thing I'm doing 100% is grabbing all the faders and pulling them down. In Mac on FL20, I'd hit Option Command L to grab everything. It's something like a Command L or Control L on a PC. I haven't been on one for a couple months. I can't exactly remember. I like mine somewhere between -10 and -5 dB. You can worry about boosting your level back up on the master later. On my master, I just simply have an EQ and a limiter. And the reason for this really is so that I can mix up, right? If you start with all your faders at 0 dB, all you can do is move things down. But what if everything's already at a great level and you just want to make your kick louder, or you just want to make your hi-hat a little bit louder? You'd have to move everything else down for that to feel louder. By pulling all my faders down, I give myself the ability to push stuff back up. You're not going to be clipping or having any one individual channel go over 0 dB. If you start pulling them down anywhere from 6 to 7 to 10 dB, you're probably never going to be clipping on that individual channel track. So to really try to make this as universal as possible for anybody using FL, I really just kept it simple. Basically how I plan to use this template was I would have my instruments sent 2 through 7. Usually leave an open track here and there, like 8 and 21. I'd have my drum sent 9 to 20, and then any effect processing I wanted to do not directly to the channel, I would just send to effects like reverbs, delays, etc. So on all these channels, I really just loaded up an EQ, and the reason is that I end up EQing 90% of my sounds, and I hate when I open this, when I have to go in and right click, type, low pass, and then make it steeper, and then bring down the resonant peak. Like that just took me 15 seconds. So I would just rather have this ready to go on every channel. That way you can make big moves really quick. You can cut out the low, cut out the high, and you're good to go. So yeah, I know you can do it down here with this 3-band EQ, but I don't like it. It doesn't really give me an accurate feel at all. Next, I'm gonna show you how I have my send effect set up. So I just got like a clap here I'm gonna use to demo this. Okay, so we got a clap on 12. I'm gonna click here to send it to this small reverb. On this reverb send, I got a reverb mixed 100% wet. I set up the settings so it feels like a small one. Same thing here, I just made this verb feel a little bit bigger, and I got an EQ after everything to be able to catch the low end or cut some highs if I want to. So this makes your life easy because I'm maintaining 100% of the dry clap or drum signal, and I can experiment really quickly without having to go in and tweak the reverb preset. So let's say, do I like the small reverb on the clap? Nah, I want something a little bit bigger. Let's click and try this medium. I want something even bigger. Let's try this big reverb. Okay, a little bit too much. I'm gonna pull this down. So now we're only sending that much. Maybe I want the actual volume of the whole reverb down. So just right there, me sending the clap to 3 different reverbs, turning the volume and the send amount down on the 3rd reverb without actually having to open the reverb preset. You can see how efficient it'll let you be. That's why I like to have 3 reverbs at least sent up, so I can send my signals to them, see what sounds best. And don't get me wrong, I'll end up sending a melody and a clap to the same reverb a lot of times. Okay, so the next thing, we'll just stick with the clap, is how I do my delays. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off here and I'm gonna send it to a 1/2 note delay. The same way we just sent it to a reverb by just clicking on the channel. Turn the volume of the delay down. Whatever you want. Okay, I want a 1/4 note delay. 1/8 note delay. I want my 1/8 note delay to be sent to a small reverb. Endless possibilities. It gets kind of cool. Next, I got a distortion channel set up, and we're gonna work with the 808 for this, because who doesn't like distorting 808s? So there's your straightforward 808. Let's send it to the distortion. Control how much you want. Control the volume of the distortion. EQ the distortion. There's one song Sunny Digital produced where it actually automates the distortion, and I think like the hook or the verse has distortion on the 808 and the other part of the song doesn't. So you could even do something like that. You could even click here and say create automation clip and say I'm gonna have a clean 808 to start out the beat, and I'm gonna automate the distortion on the 808 coming in. You can do that with a reverb, a delay, anything. I'm always automating this amount of send by clicking here and clicking create automation clip. Automate your effects, it'll make your beat super interesting. Last, we're gonna mess around with sending this melody a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how I use it on some of the effects. So this is just a melody out of my 1-Up MIDI Kit that's available on my site. Let's first send it to this phaser. That sounds crazy. Let's send the phaser to a 1/4 note delay. Let's send the 1/4 note delay to a reverb. A real big reverb though. Now I'm gonna unlink it from everything. So yeah, like I said, don't be afraid to jump into any of these, like the phaser and the delays, and tweak them a little bit. But just having these general things set up kind of give me a lot more creativity. They definitely make me be more efficient. And there's things that I'm doing in pretty much every beat. Like I'm putting verbs and delays in 95% of my beats. I'm EQing 90% of my sound. So really something like this is just a bare minimum template. It allows me to be more efficient. It allows me to be creative really quickly. And it just makes my life a lot easier. I would definitely recommend it to you guys to make a template, or go check out this one I have on my site. It'll make you a lot, it'll save you a lot of time, and it'll make your workflow a lot easier. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see a video on next. Any way you think I can improve or anything we can change to make it better for everybody. I hope you guys are learning, man. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. That's the whole reason I started this channel. So let's keep getting better together. Let's keep growing. Thanks for watching, and peace.